Hello and welcome to Spill the Mead. Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 gateway bands into the metal and rock world.
Yep.
That we are so blessed to be in.
These bands I don't really listen to anymore. Well, actually, I take all of that back. I do listen to them all, apart from one.
I still listen to all the bands on my list.
Yeah, good. So the point I just made is invalid.
Would you like to start, Zach?
Would I?
Oh boy.
Well, the first band I have on the list is System of a Down. Now, we're seeing them at Download in the summer, and it's going to be amazing. I've only ever seen them one other time before, and they were amazing then. And I just wish they'd release a new album. But the albums they have got out right now are amazing, and I still love them.
Bangers, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like them?
Yeah, I love System. I've never seen them. Well, I saw like a song of them at Download.
Oh, really?
20...
I want to say 11, 12, 13. Fuck it, it doesn't matter which one.
But I went and saw whoever else was playing at the time, which I
Isn't
regret.
it Alice Cooper?
I feel like
Rob
it was like
Zombie?
Slash or something.
Slash.
That I don't even like. I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Regrets. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I feel
System of a Down.
I feel like they're a gateway for quite a lot of people.
I remember I had a MP3 player, one of the really shit ones, like before iPods, where you had to like...
Yeah.
It only had like 5 megabytes, maybe
Yeah.
more, like 10 megabytes of data, of memory, and
Yeah.
you literally had to skip through the songs one by one, and they were in an order.
Yeah.
And I had System of a Down on there, and
Aw.
obviously whenever the System songs came on, 14-year-old Zach would go,
Metal! I
ooh!
think I just spat
Ugh.
enthusiastically.
Oh, speaking of spat, what did you just accidentally spit?
Mead? Was that what the joke was going?
Mead! You are absolutely correct.
1 point to Hufflepuff.
Yeah, 1 point for Huffleguff. I'm going... We're drinking mead again. We're actually finishing the mead from the last episode. What's your first one? Wait.
So
Anyway, continue.
So my first one on my list is the band Him. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this one.
Not me.
Fuck you. So I was around 14 and I started to get me into gothy things. And yeah, as a proper little baby bat, I probably looked more like an emo, but Him were one of my big obsessions. You know when you're younger and you get like, I don't know if it's the same for blokes or if it's just women, I don't know. But you get proper obsessed with things to the point where like, it's all I thought about.
I mean, to be
Probably
fair...
just me.
No, you're correct. When I was around that age, I was a little nerd, so I was obsessed with Nintendo.
Yeah, and it's like
So,
all that's on your mind all
Yeah,
the time. And
I just wanted to get home and play Super Mario Sunshine on
Yeah.
the GameCube
Yeah,
or Pokemon Coliseum.
Him was
So, yeah.
my Nintendo.
You fucking lame-o. Have you ever seen them live?
I've seen Him live a couple of times. I got to see them on their farewell tour a couple of years ago.
Did you cry like a big baby bum?
I don't think I cried, but I think I felt this like sorrow.
Oh.
In joy and sorrow.
It's almost as if
That's
that
a
gig...
Him
Oh, there's a reference. It's almost as if that gig represented you growing up.
Too deep.
So my second one on the list is Green Day. There's a reason why I'm wearing this shirt on a metal channel, even though I wear rock shirts all the time anyway on this channel. But the reason why I'm specifically wearing this Green Day shirt is because Green Day were one of my gateway bands. American Idiot, to be precise.
Yeah.
Then I got into their earlier albums. You know, I was that Green Day kid where I was just like, I want to be an American Idiot. Which, that song is still relevant to this day.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm still yet to see them because they only headline places like Reading Festival, and their gigs are like, what was the last gig with Weezer and the other bands?
Big places, isn't it?
It was 120 quid for a ticket or something. I can see Weezer at home when I'm trying to breathe.
Weezer.
Asthmatic jokes.
But yeah, Green Day haven't made it onto my list, even though I kind of feel like they should have done. But I was also a big Green Day fan. I used to sit on my bunk bed listening to American Idiot with the CD and the booklet, and I was reading the lyrics. I was like, oh, I'm so cool now. I know all the lyrics.
You
and
can't
stuff.
do that anymore. Well, you can. You literally can.
You literally can. Just go buy a CD and do it.
Go buy CDs, everyone. I do that all the time.
So my second one is the lovely Children of Bodom. Back in the day when MP3 players were a thing, as we were talking about earlier, my brother, I feel like, was trying to get me into metal a bit more, because I only really listened to like rocky stuff, and he snuck on Needle 24/7, and because it was one of the few things on my MP3 player, I just listened to it loads, and then I eventually got really into it, and now they're like one of my favourite bands, and I'm gutted they split up, and I want to cry.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be back.
Yeah, with like a whole new band, apart from like, what was it, 2 of them. They introduced me to like harsh vocals from quite a young age and made me love Melodeath. So thank you, Bodum, for all you do.
My number 3 is the recently rejoined, unlike Children of Bodum, MCR. My Chemical Romance. What can I say? Checkered shirts, fucking not eyeliner because I can't put eyeliner on.
Angsty boys.
Definitely black nails.
Oh yeah,
I definitely did that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Aww.
And yeah, just basically emo fringe as well as. If I can be asked, I'd link a picture of me right now. There it is. Aren't I fucking ugly?
Oh no, I would have been your friend.
Oh,
just your friend though. I think that they're a very important band for a lot of people.
Yeah, especially our age. If you're in your mid to late 20s, you probably were a fan of MCR at one point.
I wasn't. They passed me by. I really like their music, but they passed me by completely.
I mean, I don't like them enough to go see them for 80 quid.
No, I know. Even if it was like 40, it'd be like, yeah, let's go.
40 quid I'd go see them.
Yeah, they'd never be that though. Too much hype.
Well. What about your number 3?
So my number 3 is probably my very first musical obsession. This was before Him. This predates the Him era.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
I didn't even know what music was before the Him era.
But that is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. My family were always into them, and as a result of that, I inevitably loved them. And I got so obsessed, and I like read Anthony Kiedis' autobiography within like a week of me getting into them.
Yeah.
It's the quickest book I've ever read actually, and I've never seen them yet. And John has just rejoined the band, and so I'm really happy about that.
There's a theme here.
I know.
Of us not seeing our gateway
yeah,
band.
List of sorrow.
I don't want to go to a gateway.
A gateway.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Prolapse bumhole.
When I think of the Chili Peppers, I just think of that riff that doesn't start. Do you know the one with it? Yeah, but it doesn't do that. I'll show it now. I'll show it now. It's amazing.
I hate that. It's infuriating. That's all you think of when you think of the Chili's. That's a sad thing. It's sad, man.
My 4th one is someone that I don't necessarily like anymore, really. This is what I was talking about beforehand. It's because I've seen him live about 3 times now, and all 3 times I wasn't very impressed. And that person, or band, is Marilyn Manson.
Brian
Blessed as Marilyn Manson.
The beautiful people.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Oh. My mum was really into Marilyn Manson in the 90s because they went for a huge glam phase, obviously, because they grew up in the 80s. And I remember my mum saying that Marilyn Manson was like a breath of fresh air because everything just felt so stale at the time.
Yeah.
And Marilyn Manson came out and just blew up their eardrums and blew their mind. And yeah, my dad also says that his later stuff, and him live at the moment anyway, isn't as good because he's not as angry anymore, because how can you be angry when you're that rich?
I mean, yeah.
Depressed, sure, but not angry.
Angry, yeah. What are you going to be angry about?
Yeah. Everything you're angry about you can just buy.
Yeah.
I'm so angry I don't own a toaster. What's your 4th one?
My 4th one is Sonata Arctica. And
I had no idea you were into this band that early.
Yeah, around 2009 I'd say. They got me into lots of tinkly power metal fun times, and I got to see them a few times. And yeah, I just loved them, and they got me interested in like Finnish stuff. I went through a real obsession with Finland when I was like 13, 14. That was weird. What is your final gateway band, Zach? Oh, I like them. The second album was great.
Well, their second album is...
Farty bums.
My fifth band is Black Sabbath. I mean, what can you say about Black Sabbath? Arguably, they're going to be people's gateway bands forever. They were people's gateway bands into metal back when they started. Ozzy Osbourne's being a gateway act in the 80s, 90s. You know, Black Sabbath have just got a lot of fingers in pies.
I hate that expression.
And by pies I mean ears, and by fingers I mean songs.
Aww.
Do you like Black Sabbath?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Remember there was that joke years ago when we first
Joke.
started going out. He thought that I like hated Black Sabbath just because I said like,
You do.
oh, Ozzy's a bit of a.
Ozzy is not a bit of a.
I prefer Dio's Sabbath.
Ozzy is so energetic. He's on it. You
Not.
can understand everything he's saying.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was watching a video of him live in the 80s, and he like shuffles around on stage like that back then.
He must have just been so like out off his face that he's always been old. He came out of the womb like that.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath is a great one because I feel like they appeal to lots of different types of rockers and metalheads. 'Cause
Yeah.
they've influenced that doomy like down tuned slightly kind of
Yeah.
like thing.
Yeah. They
But they have some
influenced
energetic
so many
bangers.
genres.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's
Do
a really-
metal, and all forms of metal. Anyway, what's your fifth and final one, Claire?
My fifth and final one is Guns N' Roses.
Wow, basic.
Well, shut up, Mr. Sabbath Man. Mr. Sabbath.
Hello, it's me, Mr. Sabbath Man.
I remember going into HMV when I was like quite young. I must have been about 10. And my dad was like, to me and my brother was like, oh, I'll choose you both a CD each. And my brother, bless him, chose something like Franz Ferdinand or something indie like that. And I chose the Spaghetti Incident.
The album art for that album
Makes me hungry.
makes you hungry. It reminds me of that beans meme where people put beans where they're not meant to be.
Oh, memes.
Have you seen
I
that?
think so, yeah.
It's horrible.
Why as humans are we like this? Like, let's just put
Oh.
beans where they're not meant to be. So that was our gateway bands.
I didn't know that Sonata Ruxka was one of your gateway bands.
Yeah.
Did you know all of mine?
I probably could have worked them out.
Yeah.
Probably. I remember you talking about each one in regards to your childhood.
Thank you so much for watching. What are your gateway bands? Please write them in the comment section below. And
Like and subscribe. And just like, please, do it.
down there.
Down there. Right, this
Down
bit here
Down there is my
your
dick.
canvas.